It's hard to believe, but the Nike Doernbecher line has already been around for 10 years. And in front of me are the first 4 pairs from this amazing collaboration. And right over here are my very own pair of ShoeZeum FC SBs. These shoes are actually a hybrid skateboarding shoe and indoor soccer boot, and they're really comfy. So the Doernbecher Children's Hospital is in Portland, Oregon. And in 2004, Nike and the hospital decided to collaborate, and kids from the hospital were designing shoes. Nike would sell the shoes and donate all the proceeds to Doernbecher Children's Hospital. In 10 years, 52 pairs of shoes have been released. They're actually re-releasing 5 pairs this year for the 10th anniversary of the collaboration, and so far more than $6 million has been generated for the hospital. And that sounds like a lot of money, but last year Nike's revenue was $25 billion. And a couple weeks ago, they sold $50 million worth of Toro Bravos. I think they should raise the ante and maybe donate a little bit more money to the hospital. Anyway, back in '04, when these shoes first released, there was no hype, no craze, and really no marketing done for the Doernbecher collaboration. When you look at these 4 shoes, you'll see a hang tag, and the hang tag is the extent of the marketing and the extent of the explanation of the shoe that Nike or the hospital ever did. And so it's not really a surprise that these shoes ended up at outlet stores right away. It's crazy because nowadays any shoe that's released from the Doernbecher collection sells out online in like a second, and these ones ended up at outlet stores a couple months after their release. So let's check them out. Over here, we've got a pair of Air Anguses. They're Zoom Air Anguses because they feature Nike Zoom Air technology. You can see on the heel it says ZM Air. But the really cool thing about this shoe is the green elephant upper. And this is like before the hype and craze for elephant print. Nowadays you can go on Nike ID and make your own elephant print shoes. So let's go back to '04 when this collaboration was being created. Nike ID was relatively new. Nike was collaborating with artists and graffiti artists and musicians to design their own shoes. So it's really not that crazy that Nike would partner up with the hospital and have some kids design these shoes. These shoes were designed by a little boy named Damon. His inspiration for this green and brown upper was his little brother's skateboarding gear. And his little brother was the organ donor that saved Damon's life. So this shoe was inspired by his little bro. And over here, we've got a pair of ShoeZeum FCs. This shoe was designed by a little boy named Michael. His inspiration for the colors was that he's cool and laid back, and he thought black and blue reflected that. But also the outsole on these shoes glows in the dark. And he said that he did that for people that need a little bit of midnight light. So I'm guessing that Michael was kind of a night owl. Over here, we have another pair of the ShoeZeum FCs. These ones have hibiscus flowers on them. They're designed by a little girl named Lee, and her inspiration was trips to Hawaii, family vacations, the beach, surfing, just a real chill, laid-back shoe, and I think she really accomplished that with this cool upper. And then over here, the last pair from the first 4 were designed by a girl named Crystal, and this white, pink, and blue upper is supposed to reflect her outgoing, bubbly personality, and I think it does just that. In the ShoeZeum, I had these on display with bazooka bubble gum because the colors sort of match one another. Had flowers on display next to the hibiscus shoes. These were under a black light, so they really glowed in the dark. And next to these was a green elephant. So I wanted to learn more about the history and heritage of these shoes, and sadly there's really no information out there. And when the Nike executives came and visited me at the ShoeZeum, I said, it's all about the history, it's all about the heritage. People don't know the stories behind the shoes, and they really need to. I said, my dream is that one day there will be an online catalog of every single Nike shoe, from the very first one to the most recent model. You can click on it and learn everything you want to know about the shoe. Well, a short time after they left me, they released what they call the SB Museum. It's not a museum at all. It's just pictures of all the SBs from the first 10 years of Nike SB. At least that's what they claimed it was. So when I decided to do some research on these shoes, I went there thinking they would be in their online SB catalog, and I couldn't believe it, but not one of these shoes was featured there. And if it was me and I was putting together a SB catalog or online museum, I would make sure that every single shoe was included, especially ones like this that started off this amazing relationship. So the thing that really had me curious about all of these shoes was the different colored boxes. I thought, why would Nike release 4 shoes together and 3 of them would be in these pink boxes and 1 of them would be in the silver box? And it's really like not that crazy. The City Pack, for example, is 4 shoes. The Pigeon's in a pink box. The Tokyo, London, and Paris are in silver boxes. So it's sort of the reverse of this. And also, it would be really cool if in Nike's SB online catalog they explained that or showed the different boxes. But anyway, I've done that for you. Over here, I have the first 3 boxes that Nike SBs came in. They were first orange, then silver, then pink. Then we went black, gold, blue, and the latest SB shoe comes in this box that says that it's coming from the future, which I think is really neat. And whenever Nike releases a new shoe box, it's always real exciting. I remember when the gold box came out with the What the Dunks, and I just thought it was so cool. And these pink boxes, they really bring back memories for me. Because I want to take you back to '04 and what I was doing. At the time, I was buying shoes at Nike outlets and selling them on eBay for profit. And the best day to buy shoes at the Nike outlets is Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, the busiest shopping day of the year, and everything's 20% off. Back in those days, everything was 20% off from midnight till 10 a.m. on Friday. So I would leave Thanksgiving dinner and rush to the outlets. Before Thanksgiving happened, though, I would always do my research, and I would drive around to all the different outlet stores and see what was there, because I wanted to use that 10 hours of sale time wisely. I didn't want to be trying to see what shoes were out there. I wanted to already know. So the week before Thanksgiving, I'm driving around the outlet stores in Southern California, and I see these pink boxes. And it was the first time that I had ever seen this amazing pink glossy box, and I saw both of these shoes, and they were at 5 outlet stores in Southern California. They were $20. Have a look right here. You can see the outlet price tag on there, $19.99. And these were going to be 20% off. So they were going to be $16 plus tax. And so now the mission was figuring out how to get them. And I knew that there was a rule that Nike would only sell each person 10 pairs of shoes a day. So if I went into the store, they'd sell me 10 of this, and they'd sell me 10 of this, but no more. So I had to gather my friends up. So I got 4 friends and myself, and we caravanned, starting in San Diego. We hit San Ysidro, Lake Elsinore, Ontario, Cabazon, and on the way back, we hit Viejas. 5 outlet stores, and each store was stocked with all of these, and we each bought 10 of these, and 10 of these cleaned up, and they were $16 plus tax. So I took them home, put them on eBay. I took a picture of the fancy pink box because it was so cool and new and innovative, and I told the story. I told the story of the hibiscus flowers in Hawaii. I told the story of the bubbly, outgoing personality. I said these are a part of the Doernbecher collection, and money gets generated and donated to charity. And these shoes sold like crazy on eBay. And that's why Nike needs to tell these stories. And I really hope in the future that Nike continues to release these amazing Doernbecher shoes. I know we have 1 more coming out this summer. We'll have 5 more coming out around the winter time. They're amazing. They're great shoes for a great cause, and I think that they're really onto something.